So my name is Bree Vculek, and I currently work as a patent scientist at Davis Wright Tremaine. And I am a fourth year evening part-time law student at the George Washington University in Washington, D.C. And so my technical background is biology, chemistry, and biotechnology. And I've worked in that area in a variety of different sectors, most recently within the patent space. And I'm also now working in artificial intelligence and machine learning as well. So I am excited to weigh in today, and I'm going to start with how I found Harrity for Parity, and specifically how I found the Harrity for Parity Women's Patent Workshop. So I attended the workshop last May of 2022, and I came across it on my favorite social media platform, LinkedIn. So Harrity and Harrity partner Elaine Spector had made a LinkedIn post announcing the event and that, announcing the event and that they were taking applications, and I got super excited. And I think I applied the same day because I was just starting to work in patent law at a boutique firm, and I had completed many of the patent law and all of the intellectual property law courses at the George Washington University Law School. So I was really excited and applied the same day, was lucky enough to get accepted and admitted to the workshop, and had an amazing experience, to be honest. I was reflecting a little bit, and even though I had started working in patent prosecution, and even though I attend a law school with a highly ranked intellectual property law program, I still felt that there were important pieces of the patent preparation and prosecution puzzle, if you will, that were missing in my comprehensive and holistic understanding of the practice. And so when I was thinking about what was my favorite part of the workshop, or really what my takeaways were, I have several, but I would say, first of all, I loved meeting so many of the other women who are at various stages of their careers, both in private practice, in-house, as well as at the USPTO, and to get their perspective on what it's like to be a woman in patent law, and also to learn from them what worked, what didn't work, what advice they have. I found that to be really a connective force. I think having this community, albeit virtual a lot of the time, is so incredibly important for minorities within a certain practice, such as patent law. So that was one thing that I really loved and enjoyed. And second to that, I really liked that the workshop provided us with practical experience. So we had the opportunity to draft claims and receive feedback, and also practice reading through and familiarizing ourselves with office actions from the USPTO and responding to 101, 102, 103, 112 rejections, and just kind of understanding how it all works and different strategies. And so I really enjoyed that. I still to this day take a lot of those foundational skill sets that I learned in the Women's Patent Workshop and apply them to my practice today. So that was really an incredible experience. And I also wanted to mention one additional thing. And so I talked a little bit about community and connectivity and collaboration, I guess, if you will. But I met another student through the Harrity for Parity Women's Patent Workshop, and we've developed a friendship now. We saw each other a couple of months after the workshop, actually in person at an interviewing event, and have kept in touch thereafter, and ultimately are going to be working close by following graduation. So I think that was, again, just a really cool opportunity to make friends within the practice, make connections, and that was, I guess, something that I didn't necessarily expect, but I really was longing for, and it was kind of like a cherry on top, if you will. Thus far, my experience in patent law has been quite positive. I have worked now in an intellectual property boutique firm as well as in big law. And I have found at times it's lonely for sure, but I think that there are events like the Harrity for Parity Women's Patent Workshop, as well as tools like LinkedIn or various other groups like AIPLA, CHIPS, Women in IP in DC, that I have specifically involved myself in to help continue to foster that community and that sense of belonging. And it's also, I think, important to have shared experiences, but also learn from one another and maybe ask questions like, how did you navigate the situation? And so I found that to be really an incredible piece to my early practice, if you will. But I actually, this week, we're going to file my first provisional patent application. And this is through the George Washington University Intellectual Property and Technology Clinic. We're going to file our first provisional patent application that is an entire women team. So the inventor is a woman, and then I'm one of the student attorneys. My co-counsel is also a woman, and the director and the patent attorney that we're going to file under is also a woman. So comprehensive, holistic woman team. And that for me it's a first across the board, and I'm just really, really excited to have that opportunity. And I think that kind of explains that, what my experience has been thus far. But what's possible and what's out there and what we're, fingers crossed, going to see as we continue to navigate and progress in the field of patent law. So whatever that may mean, I remain hopeful and excited from what I'm seeing in law school, and acknowledging that we still have a lot of work to do, but grateful for programs like Harrity for Parity's Women Patent Workshop that really what I consider a launching pad in my career in patent prosecution. To be honest, it really opened my eyes to what is possible and helped give me that next level of confidence in my skill set and in myself, that I belong and I add value, and I'm worth taking a chance on. So that was really, really another beautiful experience, and a little bit about what my early career has been like as a young woman in the practice of patent prosecution. The advice I would give other women, or really anyone interested in patent law, is to be mindful that we're all training to be advocates. Typically, it's advocates for our clients, the inventors, the innovators, etc. But I'd like to remind you that it's equally or arguably more important that we're advocates for ourselves. Now, that can look a variety of different ways, but the way in which I see it playing out is seeking out different opportunities, like attending the Harrity for Parity Women's Patent Workshop, right? There are other opportunities like taking classes that might be a bit more intimidating or challenging. You can do it, and believing in that. And the way in which we believe in that is by taking more opportunities and showing to ourselves, gathering more data that can be directives that you can do it. And whether it be, volunteering on a committee that you're a part of in an association or something like that, I think that's really important, and something that I'm kind of learning as I go, and I wish I learned prior. But I think it's a really valuable mindset to be mindful of. Of course, we support others, we support our colleagues, we support our classmates, we support our clients, absolutely. But we ought not to forget to support ourselves as well. And I'm a big fan of holistic support, right? And that includes wellness as well, mental, physical, spiritual, financial, the whole wellness wheel. I think that is really incredibly important to be mindful of. It's a really rewarding and fulfilling career. And, not only do you deserve, but your colleagues, your clients, your classmates, etc., deserve to see you as, or to interact with you as your very best self. So that's kind of a long-winded advice that I would give. So yeah, seek out opportunities and be relentless in your pursuit. I think I'm going to end it there. But yeah, thank you all so much. And again, I highly, highly, highly recommend without reservation Parity for Verity's Patent Law Workshop.